top stories. Hamilton underscores the wide-ranging benefits of the COVID-19 Relief Fund. COVID-19 wardens in St. Lucia struggle to effect arrests, and New York mayor declares state of emergency. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of February, 2021. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, more than 8,500 persons in St. Kitts and Nevis who are negatively affected due to the novel coronavirus pandemic have benefited from a payout of more than $22.7 million from the Social Security COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund. This was revealed by Minister with responsibility for Social Security, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, during his speech on Monday, February 1, to mark the 43rd anniversary of the St. Christopher and Nevis Social Security Board.
Over 8,500 persons were provided with the COVID-19 fund grants, which served as stimulus payments in respect of the period April to June 2020 in the first instance, and again in September 2020. This was a significant complement to the overall stimulus regime orchestrated by our Team Unity government as its initial early response to the financial challenges facing so many of our people when international and local commerce and industry began to buckle under the weight of the pandemic.
Minister Hamilton said Social Security's response to COVID-19 was highly ranked when compared to similar initiatives.
This support, unmatched by any other institution, was instrumental in keeping our economy afloat and provided much needed support to the insured populace. To date, a total of $22,739,441.94 has been disbursed to registered insured employees and the self-employed. This level of support is unprecedented, and I'm advised that it has been the only one of its kind across the region. It underscores the importance of Social Security as a critical social safety net and fundamental economic pillar in our society. Indeed, it also bears out our mantra that Social Security touches lives from the cradle to the grave.
Each insured person who was laid off or unemployed as a result of the impact of COVID-19, including self-employed persons, was paid up to $1,000 a month for 3 months in the first instance from the relief program. In other news, technical review of the enhanced curriculum for grades 4 and 6 continued on Friday, January 29, with a special focus on the new Health and Wellness curriculum. Health and Wellness Coordinator at the Curriculum Development Unit, Michelle Sutton, explained the objective of the day-long session in which teachers from which grades 4 and 6 participated. Ms. Sutton stated, quote, "We had open discussions to ensure that the teachers are aware of what is expected of them within the Health and Wellness curriculum to ensure that the students are receiving the necessary formative and summative assessments within the curriculum," end quote. The Curriculum Development Unit is currently reviewing its newly implemented child-focused curriculum with a view to improved student performance in schools. One means of supporting student success has been identified as implementing new assessment strategies in addition to traditional testing. Students are now being assessed throughout the term in order to identify and address issues in a timelier manner. Children are now being also graded based on participation and are also being exposed to other learning strategies supported by differentiated instruction. After 5 segments of play in the first round of the St. Kitts National Domino Association tournament, currently taking place at the Newtown Community Center, Terminal Boys Domino Club players remain unbeaten. When the 12 teams taking part in the competition met on Sunday, Terminal Boys extended their winning streak by beating newcomers to Domino Club 26-18 in a game where Terminal Boys Selwyn Anno and Vincent Bory won 6 games and lost 2. 2 standout games of the evening saw Tillamanin Domino Club fight tooth and nail to overcome a hard-fighting Poor Man Pocket Domino Club 26-24, and latecomers Domino Club coming through with a narrow 26-23 win over newcomers 1 Domino Club. In other games on Sunday evening, Masters Domino Club beat Spartans Fig Tree Domino Club 26-14. Los Fuertes del Domino beat Eagle Claws Domino Club 28-12. And Lodge Domino Club defeated King Balang Domino Club 28-10. The point standing after 5 segments of play: Terminal Boys 26 points, Poor Man Pocket 21, Masters 20, Newcomers 1, 16, Telemanin 16, Latecomers 15, Lodge 15, Los Fuertes del Domino 11 points, Eagle Claws 5 points, Spartans Fig Tree 5, Newcomers 2, 5 points, and King Balang 0 points. We now move to news on the regional scene. In St. Lucia, the performance of the COVID-19 wardens is under public scrutiny after a rough weekend on the job in the face of non-compliant members of the public. A video of a recent crackdown on offenders, which has gone viral, is raising questions about the training and capacity of the well-meaning wardens. More in this HTS News report.
All in a day's duty for the protocol police or COVID-19 wardens, their official title, as they sought to arrest an alleged violator of the must wear a mask in public protocol. The individual, known as Shotman, was not in a cooperative mood. The man claimed that the male warden tugged his shirt as opposed to talking to him.
After you put my shirt, I tried to you. My lady tell me what happened. May say you'll go make some money to your something. My God, have somebody phone there.
The 2 females and 1 male warden struggled to overpower the man or subdue him with handcuffs, making a meal of the matter.
You cannot take it, my lady. You cannot take it.
The wardens did not enjoy the support of onlookers who chastised them for seeking to arrest the man. Finally, the man agreed to cooperate and was led away to the police station. About half a mile away at Sanssouci, a man and his wife were stopped, again for allegedly not wearing a mask in public. This time, it was a warden in the company of regular policemen. The man claimed that he had done nothing wrong and alleged that the police had assaulted his wife. The police held their ground and were determined to effect the arrest despite the man's protest.
But I don't do nothing wrong, you know. I don't do nothing wrong, you know. I don't do nothing wrong, sir. I don't do nothing wrong. Before I tell you about my mask, that I did nothing wrong, partner. Sasha, let's go. Sasha, let's go. Exactly, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then the man had another request, that his wife travel aboard the police vehicle with him. No luck with this either.
Sasha, let us go.
You sit on that side, you sit on that side.
That's why my wife. That's why I'm not going without my wife myself. That's why we test.
Sir, your wife will meet you at the station, sir.
Father, I'm not going without my wife.
Your wife will meet you at the station, sir.
Father, my wife have to ride on the vehicle.
Sir, your wife will meet you at the station.
I don't know what to do with nothing.
You are not a minor, sir. Your wife will meet you at the station. If you are a minor, we'd have to escort your wife if you are not a minor, sir.
With the COVID-19 numbers numbingly high, police and wardens are seeking to make examples of violators in order to have more members of the public comply with the mask-wearing mandate. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
Officials say they are now in the final stages of constructing wind turbines in Antigua and Barbuda. The first stage of the project will see 2 locations powered by this green energy source. And ABS's Jamie Rocher reports on how the manufacturers ensure the turbines are resilient even in the face of major hurricanes.
Antigua and Barbuda will soon add wind power to its green energy mix. Representatives of wind turbine manufacturer Midday say they are in the final stages of installing turbines on Antigua. Local project coordinator Adian Gwinaway says 2 275 kilowatt turbines will provide power for Sir Vivian Richards Stadium.
This would significantly reduce the demand of the stadium on fossil fuels and produce much greener energy.
13 turbines will also power a reverse osmosis plant in Parham. Vernay's business development officer for the Caribbean, Chris Gavin, says the company has over 250 turbines in the region. The areas include Nevis, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Bahamas, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. He says they can lift and lower the turbines within a few hours for maintenance and in case of severe weather.
When Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, every single wind farm was destroyed, with the exception of the one at Fort Buchanan, which is where they had Vernier turbines.
The company will be responsible for maintenance and training for the first 2 years after installation.
Persons from APWA, DOE, Ministry of Works would be a part of this training.
Parts of turbines began arriving on the island in early 2019. And Gwynaway says about 80% of the equipment is now in storage.
We want to make sure that everything is perfect, and that means that every person who's involved in the project, not just ourselves and our company, but all the local people are trained perfectly to carry out the operation and maintenance, the installation, the everyday running of a wind farm.
He says this has been taking a while since wind turbines are new to Antigua and Barbuda. The project is being funded through the Abu Dhabi Fund for Development. Jamie Rocher, ABS News.
Internationally, a powerful winter storm has struck the northeastern United States, causing widespread disruption in New York and other major urban centers. The mayor of New York City and the New Jersey governor have both declared states of emergency. Al Jazeera's Kristen Salumi reports.
Only the bold braved the cold and took to New York City streets Monday. With snow falling at a rate of 5 to 10 centimeters an hour, snow plows and shovelers could barely keep up. The city declared a state of emergency, and all but essential workers were asked to stay home. Still, some couldn't resist.
I'm from California, so this does not happen over there, which to me is something really cool because I don't get to experience it. So yeah, I kind of like it.
COVID had already reduced traffic and tourists here, even in the city's most iconic neighborhoods, like Times Square.
Business is very snowy, a lot of snow out here in Times Square. The people are still out here. We see kids running around, throwing snowballs. People are enjoying taking pictures. So we're out here, we got some good tunes and some coffee, and we're making the best of it.
But the storm stopped vaccination efforts throughout the Northeast in their tracks.
Vaccinations are canceled today. They're also going to be canceled tomorrow. Based on what we are seeing right now, we believe that tomorrow getting around the city will be difficult. It'll be icy, it'll be treacherous. We do not want seniors, especially out in those conditions.
The storm is yet another blow for New York City restaurants who've suffered tremendously amidst the coronavirus pandemic. Only outdoor dining is allowed for another 2 weeks. And needless to say, not a lot of people will be dining out today. The storm is making its way up the coast, with high winds threatening power outages from Virginia through Philadelphia and into New England states. But there was still fun to be had, from skiing in Central Park.
The plan today is to ski until I get too tired and have to go home.
To watching pandas go for a slide in Washington, D.C.'s Smithsonian National Zoo, proving even a major storm isn't all bad. Kristen Salumi, Al Jazeera.
We now move on to the weather. Present weather shows cloudy skies with a slight haze. The temperature for today is 29 degrees Celsius or 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are east-southeast at 12 to 23 miles per hour with gusts up to 33 miles per hour. Seas are moderate with waves of 6 to 8 feet. A small craft advisory remains in effect for rough seas, mainly for the waters east and north of the islands. The weather forecast says to expect partly sunny skies with a 10% or slight chance of showers for today, and for tonight mostly fair with a 20% or slight chance of showers. Sunset today will be at 6:07 p.m., sunrise tomorrow at 6:42 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis.